Hey guys, Ismael Aziz here. Welcome back to my YouTube. I'm gonna be making a video that is very relatable to how I'm feeling right now. And I'm feeling gassed out. And I'm feeling like I don't want to make a YouTube video. I've got five more things on my to-do list today, right? One of them is 1 hour of cold calling because I need to test a few scripts. And the whole purpose is that you need to understand you need to continue. You can't stop. It doesn't matter if you've got low energy. As an example, right now, I haven't eaten today. I've had some snacks. Past that, nothing else. But that doesn't matter. Just because you don't have a good day doesn't mean you can't complete everything. Just because you haven't had ideal sleep, an ideal mindset, so on and so forth, doesn't mean that you can't make a YouTube video, right? The fact is, all I had to do was press start, or decide a topic beforehand. This one was relatively easy. Press start and just get going. More often than not, you'll stop yourself from doing what needs to be done because you don't think you'll do the best at it, but you don't know until you do it. Cool, your energy levels won't be there, right? Your mindset may not be as strong, and your focus isn't as good, and sure, you haven't performed the best task. But the fact is, you need to perform. And I think that's what many people get confused with when they say it doesn't matter if you're tired, keep going. It doesn't matter if you want to give up, keep going. Yes, variables will affect how you perform, whether let's say that's in the gym, in work, in relationships. It may not be your best day, it likely won't be a very good day that you do, but you have to do the day regardless. You have to keep it going. One reason for this, and people don't mention it, is anxiety. Now, I don't want to go into the full depth of how most of your sicknesses or worries or anxieties are psychosomatic and are a build-up of external factors that have compounded internally. Don't want to go down that route. However, I do want to highlight the fact that when you don't do one thing, it can be a small thing, really, really small, right? A task that you have to do, whether like your family or your spouse, whatever it may be, a flatmate is saying you got to clean something and you haven't done it and you know you can. That's going to eat away at you. It's a very small thing, but it's going to build up. As an example, let's say I didn't record this YouTube video. I've added this onto tomorrow's to-do list and I've got to double down, and that's going to add up. And then I'm going to say potentially, I'm going to make that YouTube video, and then I've got another task. And I'm going to tell myself, I'm going to do the YouTube video, then that task. And let's imagine I don't do the YouTube video. I've now added two tasks to my to-do list because I put the YouTube video before the other task, and it compounds. And it's much better to just produce something and keep the wheel moving forward. It's much better to just continue and do what needs to be done. Doesn't matter if it's not perfect. Doesn't matter if you're going to be tired. Doesn't matter. Look, right now it's what, 2:40 a.m. in the morning for me. I have to wake up at about, I've got a meeting at 11, and on top of that I've got about 3 more hours work to do, and I haven't eaten. That's okay. It's not about performing at the highest point of performance. I know many people who hyperperform, right? Where they'll work for 2 days in a row just because they got so much work to do and fuck it, they can get it done. By the end of the 2 days, let's say 3 days, their brains aren't functioning very well. The work output isn't very good, but they've been able to do a lot more work than what they would have done if they didn't do the work, right? And now this doesn't apply for everybody, and I don't necessarily mean it in the sense of work. It can be for gym, relationships, so on and so forth. You can be tired, you don't want to go on a date, you don't want to take out your spouse, whatever it's going to be. You don't want to go see that family member because you've had a long day. But recognize like how you do the small things is how the big things happen. Like the big moments in your life are all a build up of the small things. And you don't have to have all the small things to be in a perfect manner or fashion for them to happen. Or for them to, sorry, not for them to happen, but for them to build up into the big thing. And it's in these small differences that you really get to beat your competition. I'll give an example of working out. Now, let's say that you've got to work out. Now, granted, I understand I'm not the best physically as it stands, so take that with a grain of salt. Let's say you're working out and you've got X amount of sets, let's say 4 sets, 8 reps. Super simple, right? You pick up a weight and it's too heavy. Like you do 1 set, then it's too heavy for you, right? Many people will just keep going with the heavy, and when they're done, they're done. But your muscle can go further, right? So you keep going until you're done, and then once you are done and you can't do anymore, you drop the weight down. Let's say by 2 kgs, 5 pounds, whatever that may be. Right, 2 kgs, 2.4 pounds. You drop it down, and all of a sudden you can keep going. And you keep doing that until you're fully complete. It doesn't matter if it's less, because sure, you're doing a lesser weight, it's not good for the ego, right? But you're doing more damage to the tissues. Let's say I'm not making the best YouTube video, but that YouTube video, right, it's another YouTube video to what I'm building, what I'm showing to the world. Still confused on what I'm really doing, but I'm doing more and I'm one step closer to it, right? So even if you're tired, even if you're gassed out, just do what needs to be done. Again, whether that's work, family, friends, relationships, fitness, even if you do not even your best, but you push, right? It's going to make a very big difference, and they're not going to affect so crazy. As an example, you never know what's going to be the camel that breaks the straw that breaks the camel's back. You see, my brain's not working too well. So just keep pushing forward, because it amalgamates and it gets bigger with time. And the one point I just tried to make and I forgot was that on the basis that you can keep pushing when things are tough, and you build up this attitude of, you know what, doesn't matter if I'm tired, doesn't matter if this, doesn't matter that, doesn't matter my mood, I'm going to keep going. It won't be perfect, but I'm going to keep going. The day that it matters, that you have to keep going, and the day that you haven't eaten, you haven't slept, just circumstantial, shit's gone bad, you're now able to do it because you've always shown yourself in the small things that when things are bad, I'll keep going. So genuinely, when things are actually bad, you will be built in a fashion that allows you to attack that moment. Now, a metaphor I'll use for this is, let's imagine you never got like physical with anyone, confrontations or just like playing around. You never physical, right? You never wrestled or fucked around. You never got into a few little scraps. And then you tell yourself and you tell others, you know what? If my wife was in danger or my partner was in danger, I would definitely stand up against those that are imposing a threat. But the fact is, it's all words. And I'm not saying go fight 1,000 people, but even in the micro moments, you haven't built up something in you that in that moment your body knows what to do, right? And it's in the micro moments, in those moments like this where I'm recording a YouTube video and my brain's not fully working. But I have to record the YouTube video for the sake of recording the YouTube video, at the very least, for the sake to share the opinions that I have with those that will watch it. Now, granted, you may watch this video and say, what a terrible fucking video. But at the very least, I've made a video to the best of my capacity at this moment, and if it's good enough, it's good enough. If it's not, it's not. And that's the approach that you need to take when moving forward in life. Now guys, that's all for this video, and I'll see you at the next one.